Alright guys, what's up? Today we're going to be doing a R32 drift tune. Now I'll chuck a little preview in there just so you can see it is the R32, and we'll get to why it has a R34 body kit because that also plays an important role. Alright, so let's get started with the customization here on the performance. And as you can see, we just basically got everything maxed. The turbo is a D-race, has a quicker acceleration, so you'll find yourself not under powering when you're trying to get going. Obviously, other than that, everything is maxed out. We have action nitrous, and other than that, it's as you'd expect. Alright, so for the tuning, what we have is we're gonna ditch the master slider, and from the left I'll read over how many you go so you can go along and do this as you're listening. It's 1 from the left, all the way to the left, 3 from the left, all the way to the left. Braking and drift assist, you want to turn that off. You want to use the handbrake. I'll show you why when I'm doing the drift. Basically you just want all your assists off. Fully locked diff always helps. You want lots of brake strength, always at the front, and we'll get to that as well when I'm doing the video, but for now this is just the tune. So you want to chuck all this in. The handbrake strength, now you don't want it too weak. I mean, otherwise when you're gonna go and try to link it, it's not gonna engage properly. It's gonna lag. You're gonna hit the wall, or as they call it on Need for Speed, the drunk steering. So you don't want that. You want to pop it up. You can go a bit stronger if you like. I mean, but then again, you don't want to whip them back too hard, so whereas you magnetize to the other wall either. For spring stiffness, we're going to go 3 from the left, just because you do want a bit of body roll. I mean, when you're trying to chain the drifts, you want the weight to transition a bit better. Sway bars, we're going to go way over to the right here, so it'll be 3 from the right for the sway bars, and again, it's to do with the body roll. You want it to kind of transition the weight over as you're trying to link from left to right, and you'll see in the video from when I'm drifting what I mean about that. With your nitrous, do as you please. I mean, it's not very important. If it's totally up to you. I like the power. I tend to only use it when I'm underpowering. So you know, I'm coming out of a drift and it's not going to make me to the next corner. I'll chuck it on, and I want as much power as I can get pretty quickly. Manual gears, obviously. If you're not using manual gears, I probably recommend you try to learn. I mean, it's not going to work very well without them, but again, it's up to you. Alright, so we'll head out to a course. I'm probably going to do a 2-gate course here, just with a lot of twists and turns, just so you can get an idea and see what's going on. As for the visual customization, this is pretty important too. I did say that you're going to need the R34 body kit, and now the reason for that is, as you can see with the R34 body kit here, if we go around and scoot to the back, there is no spoiler. It is optional, so you can have a stock one, etc, etc, but what you want is no spoiler. With the R34 body kit, it's the only one that actually offers that. So if you go over to the RWB one, as you can see, it offers a spoiler. If you revert back to a stock standard kit and try it again, it'll still do the same thing and it just won't work for you. So make sure you pick the R34 body kit, and as you pick it, do not select the spoiler. So that's definitely going to come in handy for you. With your wheels, you're also going to want very large wheels. It works better with the large wheels, I found, instead of smaller wheels with bigger tires. Could just be my imagination, but I found, you know, that it worked for me. And yeah, I guess the results speak for themselves as well. As for stance, I got it all jacked up to the left. Everything is jacked up on the left, so that's fairly easy to follow. Alright, well, let's get out. Alright, so we're here where Nautilus would usually be, I assume, or maybe it's gone now, I don't know. Since the speedless events come in, I haven't actually been out free roaming, but anyway, we're here now. I'll do a bit of free roam. I mean, you'll obviously be able to see either way, so we'll do a bit of free roam. I'll do a couple of laps of Nautilus. I won't keep you here. We'll obviously head out and we'll see how it works in all environments, not just a practiced environment. So obviously, yeah, I haven't been on, like I said, for a couple of days, so excuse me if we're a bit rough. Some important things that you want to know, and we'll get into them while I'm driving as well, but just so you do know, is that you'll notice in my gear selections, I will never be out of third and fourth other than when I'm taking off. And the reason for that is because third is you'll find you'll hit a lot of limiter, but it has a good power to start the drift or initiate a drift. So when you want to initiate a drift, you always want to be in third. I mean, unless you're going pretty fast, and in which case you can do it in fourth. But for majority of the time, the most common rule is you want to be in third. So we'll go around, we'll show you here. But yeah, you do want to keep your speed up as well. So I guess we'll assume that we're in Nautilus now. I'm shifting into second. I'm going to hit the NOS. Up into fourth now. I'm going to hit this car, I think. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is there, back to third, let go of everything and hit the handbrake. You're not going to want to accelerate, none of that. So when you're going to link a drift, you just want to tap the handbrake. Now keep in mind, when you are handbraking, you're going to want to have the speed for the gear that you're in. So if you're in fourth gear and you're going too slow, you're going to do what everyone describes as the drunk driving, or the magnets. So as you can see, everything off, the revs go away as I link back and forth. I try to stay off limiter. I find it doesn't help very much, except for when you're linking, obviously, because you do want the revs to match your speed and the gearing for when you're trying to transition. So I'm just doing a couple of easy laps here. I'm commentating while I'm doing this, so I am trying to focus and talk. Alright, now for a competition lap, I would come in here. I wouldn't do that, obviously. I will come in, I'll go fourth. And because your point system is based on a speed and angle ratio, so you want to keep the speed up. I'll shift into fourth here, you'll cut in. And then you're going to push out as you go around a bit more. As you come down here third, let go of everything into the handbrake. And if you feel like you're starting to lose it or exit the drift, don't be afraid to tap the brakes. Even tap them a couple times if need be, because they are set for front, so they will link it back up. They will pivot in the front and keep the back end out. So as you can see, we've done a few laps here now that are fully linked or combined. Unfortunately, I can't show you, I don't have the speed wall at the moment, but my personal best is 600,000 for Nautilus. So I think we'll head out now. We'll go do some free roam drifting, and we'll see how we go. You'll notice as well for the free roam, I'll be in third a lot of the time, except for places like this, where I'm cruising down a street, don't have a lot to work with. But other than that, you'll find I'm in third a lot, just in case, because you never know when you're going to take a corner last second, so you wouldn't want yourself to get stuck. And you'll see I'm pivoting back and forth, going left and right with the front of the car. Now what that actually does is it keeps the drift extended. If you don't manage to do that, you'll find a lot of the time you either understeer or oversteer. And I've noticed personally with the rear-wheel drive cars, it does tend to oversteer very commonly. So I tend to try and stick with the all-wheel drive cars. I'm not saying they're all great. I have seen people do well with the Evo. Oh, we've got some cops, which will be fun. But yeah, as you can see, it's a very smooth tune and setup. You can pretty much do anything you like with the setup. If you're game, you can do, I guess, fifth gear drifts. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't always work very well, but you can do it. So as you can see, every time I transition, I'm just letting go of the gas there. And yeah, I'm basically just transitioning like that. If you find you're cutting a corner a bit too sharp, again, don't be afraid to hit the brakes, because that will slow you down and will actually drag your trajectory angle out past the corner, hopefully, if you do it right. And don't worry, I don't always get it right like just then. It's just a lot of practice, I mean, but the tune works. You can see that it works, obviously. If you found that it has been helpful, don't be afraid to give it a like. Subscribe. I mean, if I get some good feedback, or if you'd like to see more, I do have others, and judging on the feedback I get, I can make some more. But you can just see the power of the GTR, fourth gear, upper end of corners. full transition. And using this exact tune up until 3 or 4 days ago when I did stop playing, I was at second in the world, and I'm down to about 16th now after 3 or 4 days. So, but I mean, you're versing people with the Lamborghini Hurricane, the Chevrolet, I mean R35s, you know, all that sort of stuff. So it's definitely competitive. You will get the edge if you take the time to practice it for even just maybe 2 hours. It's a very easy to use tune. I've noticed it can be used on other cars if you do like the feel. I mean, not every car will react the same, but they will react similarly. So it's just about getting the right feel for you. But if it helps, make sure to subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.